Okay, so we're back now. We have our tool pathing operations, and we're ready to get it set up to send what's called G-code to the machine. So the machine talks through the software called Bantam Tools. It's a G-code sender. Basically, we have to create the G-code to make this happen. So we're going to do just generate the G-code just to make sure that we have everything we need. In case anything has changed, we can fix that. Okay, so we have our toolpaths regenerated. I just do that sometimes just to make sure we got everything. Next thing we're going to do is get our stuff ready for the OtherMill. So do post-process under the actions menu, and we are going to see what's up here. Let's see. So we're going to choose. Once you do this the first time, you don't have to do this again. But choose other machine in there. That's all good there. I don't want my output. I want the output to go to my Google Drive, that I can find it later on. Being really organized with your file names too is real important, so you can go back and get it later. So I have OtherMill projects, and then create a, right click in there, and, create a project. So let's say charm example, or whatever this is. We're going to put it in here. Okay, so our first operation, we're going to see what that is. Okay, now we're ready to generate the G-code. So a good rule of thumb is you could send all these files, these toolpaths at one time. So it'll do the face, the pocket, and then the contour will be done. But once the job starts, you have no control over what's happening. Sometimes these jobs just go south. You may not have the piece of metal secured on the bed enough, and it flies off, and you can't stop it, and you have to do the whole entire thing over again. So what I would recommend is that you do each operation separately. So if you right-click on the operation, I'm going to do post-process. And like I said, I want to not put it there. I want to put it in my Google Drive, that way I know where it is. And having your file naming scheme and stuff organized is really helpful. So we'll put that in there. And we're going to call this facing. Now, another thing is too, I always put the bit size in there. So you can't do a slash, so we have to do 1/8. That's what that's for, and then FEM, which is flat end mill. So that I know what it is, or other people working on the job, they know what it is. So if I click on post, it will generate this G-code, and we'll put it in that folder right there. Okay, same thing here. Now we don't care what it looks like right now. This is how G-code looks, but that's okay. Second operation, right-click, post-process. This is our pocketing operation. You can actually just wait to the end of the name over here. We'll do post, and then same thing here. We'll do pocket. We're using the same bit, 1/8 inch mill, flat end mill, and we'll save that. And then the last operation, which is cut out, post-process. Just want to make sure this didn't change here. Okay, and this is a cut out. It's an 1/8 inch end mill, also flat end mill. And we got that. And because I don't trust the computer sometimes, I'm going to go back and redo this one because I don't trust the post-process. But it says all vendors, I just don't know what that's about. I'm going to change this here to OtherMill, other plan, same company. And we're just going to overwrite the pocket right there. Yes. Okay. All right, so now we're done with our operation for charm. Now we can go over to the Bantam Mill's G-code sender.